Students, counselors, families, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, wherever it is in the world you are joining us. Thank you so much for joining us for the National Catholic College Admission Association Virtual College Fair. We've got 6 fantastic colleges joining us for this hour in the 6x6 format. Each institution will be presenting about their institution for 6 minutes, but they are all here to answer questions that you may have the entire 45 minutes. I encourage you to use that Q&A button that you see on the bottom of your screen. Type those questions to your college reps, and they are here and ready and happy to answer any questions that you have. Some of your questions might be general questions. What does test optional mean? Tell me about early decision. And in which case, all of our really great admission reps can answer those questions. Some might be at a very specific college. And if you have a question for a very specific institution, make sure to indicate that. So instead of saying, how's your basketball program? Say, hey, St. Louis University, tell me about your basketball program. And then St. Louis University will be able to respond. As a reminder, your camera and your microphone are turned off. The colleges cannot see or hear you. So if you have any questions, type them into that Q&A. This is hour 2 of a 3-hour Catholic College Fair. So we encourage you to go to strivescan.com/NCCAA to sign up for more sessions next hour. And we are recording this session and all of the sessions, and that recording will be made available tomorrow at that exact same website. And I'm going to encourage the College of Mount St. Vincent to go ahead and grab screen share from me for the first institution. And as a reminder, these 6 institutions are here and ready to answer their questions at any time throughout the session. Tyler, go ahead and take it away.
Thanks so much, Zach. Appreciate it. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. Thank you for joining us. My name is Tyler Margolis. I am the Assistant Director for Admission over at the College of Mount St. Vincent. So just to get started, a few quick fast facts. We were founded in 1847 by the Sisters of Charity. We're a Catholic liberal arts school located in Riverdale, New York. So that's about 12 miles away from Midtown Manhattan, right on the border of Westchester and New York City. We're a relatively small school, around 1,800 students in total. We have over 50 different academic programs, 13 different dual degree programs as well. Average class size is around 20. Like I said, we're relatively small. That leaves a ratio of around for every 13 students, there's around 1 professor. Great way for you to really know your professors on a first name basis, which really goes a long way to really cultivating your education, getting that extra attention, if that's something that you desire. Academics are obviously extremely important to us. Some really popular majors on our campus are nursing, biology, business, psychology, sociology. Communications is also extremely popular as well. We are in the media capital of the world, being in New York City. We also have an honors program, which is designed for the top 10% of our incoming freshman class and top 5% of incoming nursing majors as well. Cool thing about that honors program is you get access to seminar style classes, early class registration, and an honors cohort. So you'll be taking a lot of the same classes with other members in your major. While our education inside the classroom is top of the line, our students get great experience with our on-campus facilities as well. So our students have access to our business trading and research center where they can trade stocks. Our nursing simulation lab where students get hands-on access to different types of test dummies that simulate a variety of different health experiences. We also have a TV studio and radio station where students can put on newscasts, record radio shows, record podcasts as well. And we also have our Fischlinger Center for Public Policy Research, where you could start research opportunities as early as your freshman year. Here's just a brief list of our majors. Like I said, we have over 50. So you can see here we have dozens more majors that you can find on our areas of study page on our website. While our students get a great education outside of the classroom and our facilities, they also get great education outside the classroom as well. So you can see our students have over 40 different opportunities for clubs and organizations, ranging anywhere from dance, Model UN, journalism, media, student government, sports business, and a variety of other organizations. Great thing about us, if there isn't an organization that aligns with what you are interested in, all you need is to sign a petition of around 4 to 5 students, get that approved by our student activities director on campus, and you can start your own club. In addition to student activities, our students usually participate in over 10,000 hours of service annually, and they have a variety of different study abroad options as well, which you can see from some of the countries below. We're hoping we can obviously get back to that in this post-COVID world. In addition to our activities and study abroad opportunities, we also offer a variety of internship and job opportunities as well. As I mentioned before, we are New York City, therefore some of the largest organizations are in our backyard. So we've sent a lot of our communication students to ABC, ESPN, Atlantic Records. A lot of our nursing students and other biology students we've sent to Mount Sinai Hospital, New York Presbyterian, and some of the other larger hospitals in the world. Some of our sports business majors have gone on to work for the New York Mets. Some of our just more generic accounting and business and finance majors have worked for the New York Stock Exchange, JP Morgan, and a lot of other opportunities as well. Residence life on campus, we have 5 campus dorms. We actually have a 6th that is currently under construction. It's actually almost complete, should be ready in about a month, called Corso Aquino Hall. You can see a few of them over there. We are Division III, so we have 14 different Division III athletic programs, ranging everywhere from basketball, baseball, lacrosse, soccer. We do not have football, because like I said, we are relatively small, but for the most part, we have every other sport. And you can see here, so we have our renovated gym, the Peter J. Sharp Center, where our men's and women's basketball teams participate. Want to obviously talk about the admissions requirements. So on average, students that get accepted average around an 85 GPA or around a 3.0. We did move to a test optional method for this upcoming admissions process. Whether we're moving that for the fall of 2021 is still to be decided, but students that did decide to submit their SATs averaged around a 1050. In addition to the Common App, we also require your essay in addition to your, at first, unofficial high school transcript. If you do decide to enroll, we will need a copy of your official full year grades. Value of attendance. So on average, students receive around $9,000 in financial aid, which is applied to your total tuition. So you'll see up there that tuition costs around $39,500. Room and board is around $12,000, but it's extremely rare that students will ever pay that full price. And the reason for that is all of our students qualify for merit-based scholarships. Now, what a merit-based scholarship is a scholarship based on your GPA. Therefore, the higher GPA, the more money that you can earn in merit-based scholarship. We also have a variety of premier program scholarships as well, which you can see on the right side of the screen. We have a community service scholarship award, a writing scholarship award. We have a Filipino culture award as well, in addition to a biology and sciences scholarship program as well. So important deadlines to keep track of. Our application becomes available August 1st, so you might want to mark that date down if you are a junior. The FAFSA becomes available on October 1st. Early action deadline is November 15th, so that's a great way for us to get an early look at your application beforehand, before we look at the rest of the applicant pool. And we have a rolling application priority deadline of March 1st. So, those are just a few important dates and deadlines that you may want to take account of. That's pretty much it for me. I really appreciate everyone joining me today. Here's some of my contact information that I'll also put in the chat. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your night, everyone. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Tyler, for sharing that information. Students, we're going to take a 16-hour drive from College of Mount St. Vincent all the way to Viterbo University. And next up, we've got Karine, who's going to share the information on Viterbo University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Corinne Dillman, and I am an admissions counselor at Viterbo University in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Thanks for coming tonight. I'm super excited to chat with you all. I am going to put my contact information in the bottom of the chat so you can get a hold of me if you have any questions about Viterbo. So a little bit about Viterbo. We are a private Catholic liberal arts college, like I said, in La Crosse, Wisconsin. We were founded in 1890 by Roman Catholic Franciscans. We started off as a normal school, so an education school. Education is a huge program of ours. Viterbo is home to 3 colleges with 9 schools. We offer over 40 academic programs at the associate's, bachelor's, master, and doctoral levels. Viterbo's campus is located in La Crosse, Wisconsin, which is nestled between the Bluffs and the Mississippi River. La Crosse was recently named one of the nation's top 10 best places to live, and it was also named number 7 on the top 25 best small college towns. We have around 2,500 students with 1,600 undergraduate students and around 900 graduate students. Like I mentioned, we offer over 40 academic programs, some of those including education, nursing with a direct admission track, business and leadership. We offer a 4+1 program, which means you can get your bachelor's in business administration and then your MBA, so your master's in business administration, in just one additional year. And then lots of other programs, but one that we're really well known for is our performing arts programs. Lots of our programs feature high impact practices, such as guaranteed paid internships, study abroad opportunities, service and leadership opportunities, field research opportunities, clinicals, and similar to what Tyler had mentioned, we have an amazing simulation lab for our nursing students. Our students graduate feeling super confident in their field because of all of these experiences at Viterbo. We are an NAIA school, which means a National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. And what's really unique about this is that although we are not like a Division 1, 2, 3 school, we are able to offer athletic scholarships. We offer 9 different men's sports, 9 different women's sports, and then a co-ed dance team. About 1/3 of our students at Viterbo are athletes. So some of those sports include baseball, basketball, bowling, cross country, dance, golf, indoor and outdoor track and field, soccer, and volleyball. I know a lot of students think that sometimes they won't be able to afford a Catholic private education. However, Viterbo offers a lot of different scholarships, including academic merit scholarships based on your high school GPA. So those grades do matter right now. Our merit scholarships range from $10,000 to $15,000 a year and are renewable all 4 years of your time at Viterbo. We also offer an additional 450 scholarships to help make your time at Viterbo affordable. We have one scholarship application and we will find everything that you're eligible for. So it's a super easy process. 98% of our students are offered financial aid at Viterbo. So we do help make that super affordable. Viterbo is a small school, so we have an average class size of about 16 students and a student to faculty ratio of 11:1. So students will really benefit from having this small school experience while working with your professors hands-on and having a small class size, but still having the large city and college atmosphere. La Crosse, Wisconsin is home to 3 different colleges. So we have Viterbo University, UW-La Crosse, and Western Technical College. So La Crosse is a very college town with lots to do. Even though it's in Wisconsin in the winter, it can be cold and snowy, but there's still so many activities to join in on. La Crosse was ranked the #1 college town, so super exciting to join. So we are still accepting applications for the fall of 2021. So you can still apply if you are a senior now. You can find our application on our website and it is free. We are also test optional this year and for fall of 2022. Our applications are pretty simple online. And so the application will also open July 1st for fall of 2022. So keep those dates in mind. We are still offering on-campus tours if you are interested in coming to visit La Crosse, Wisconsin. It's a super beautiful town. You can meet your admissions counselor like myself, meet some faculty, sit in a class, and tour the campus. If you have any questions, please email me. I will put my contact information below, but I would love to hear from you and talk to you more about Viterbo.
Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing that information. We started on the East Coast, we went to the Midwest, and now we're going to go all the way back to the East Coast to Stonehill College. John, go ahead and grab screen share. And as John does that, a reminder, students, you can send in your questions at any point. We've got some really great panelists. These admission counselors are here to answer your questions about the admissions process, about their specific school. So type them into the Q&A. And John, go ahead and take it away.
Thanks very much, Zach. So as Zach mentioned, my name is John. My last name is Pepin, and I work at Stonehill College in Easton, Massachusetts. Stonehill is a fantastic place. We are a school of about 2,500 students. founded by the Congregation of Holy Cross. And the Congregation of Holy Cross is a group of priests and brothers who focus very heavily on educating the mind, but not at the expense of the heart. So you'll find a competitive, exciting, challenging academic experience at Stonehill across a wide variety of academic areas, but you're also going to be challenged to not just advance your own success, but that of the community on our campus and around our campus, and by extension, the world. So we have a lot of experiential learning components flowing throughout our curriculum. We have students studying abroad at a very high rate for full semesters. We send a lot of students away on internships, not just in our local area, but in Washington, D.C., New York City, Los Angeles, London, Dublin, Madrid, and Paris. That idea of broad education and then stacking your major on top of that brings students who are skilled across a wide variety of areas. We seek students strong public speaking skills, critical thinking, problem solving, working with diverse populations, and understanding your place in the world. Really, really important to Stonehill. Here's a little bit of our location here. We're located right between Boston and Providence. It's an incredible area for internship opportunities. We are also about 4 hours from New York City. It's a beautiful place. It's a very welcoming and stunning campus. And rather than talk so much at you, I have a great virtual campus tour video that's going to take you all around campus and show you all of our fast facts. I really look forward to chatting with you in just a moment, but let's take a look at what Stonehill has to offer. All right, so that's Stonehill in a little bitty nutshell. If you have any questions, I hope you reach out to me. I'm happy to chat with you anytime. And I'm going to toss my name and my contact information in the chat. And I so appreciate you spending time with all of us here at this fair.
Excellent. Thank you so much, John, for sharing that information. And students, a reminder, use that Q&A, ask those questions of the admissions reps. They're here for you the duration of the event. We're going to hop on a plane because driving from cross country would take too long of a time. So we're going to hop on a plane from Boston, Massachusetts, all the way to San Francisco. It's only a 6-hour, 45-minute flight. And we're going to hear now from the University of San Francisco. Take it away, John.
And because I love a dad joke, I have to say it's not 6 hours, it's 2 movies and a nap. And that's the way I think about it. As an East Coaster originally, who made their way to California for college, you can do it too if you're not already in California. Thanks so much for being here. My name is John Rice. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm the Associate Director of Undergraduate Admission here at the University of San Francisco. I know you're getting a lot of information in this fair, and it's a reality that there are 2,500 four-year colleges out there. So rather than trying to cover everything about USF, the reality is that most colleges are great. I want to focus on the couple things that make us special, that make us unique. 3 big overarching themes of like why a student would choose to come to the University of San Francisco. And for you to think about and discern in yourself, is this school a good fit for me? Is this somewhere I'm going to thrive? So the first thing I have to start with, super obvious, you probably assumed this was coming first, is the location. The University of San Francisco is a medium-sized institution. We'll talk about what that means in a moment, located in the exact center of San Francisco, California. If you've never been to San Francisco before, it's kind of a weird city. I don't just mean the people. I mean the fact that it's actually not that big. So even though it's often listed against New York and Washington, D.C. and Philadelphia, these other major cities, San Francisco is actually just 7 miles across from end to end. And USF sits in the exact center, 3.5 miles to the beach to your left, to the west, 3.5 miles to downtown. We give every student unlimited public transit as part of tuition and fees. At the same time, USF's a little unique as far as urban college campuses go, because it's a 55-acre campus in the city, which is what's behind me. So when you're on the campus, you really do feel like you're getting the college experience, but then you're also getting all of the benefits of being in one of the world's most beautiful, diverse, and amazing cities for the opportunities that exist here, whether it's things that you like to do outdoors in your personal time. Obviously, the weather's pretty good in California, whether it's internship opportunities, experiences, every industry you can imagine is represented in this city. You get really, I know it's an overused phrase, the best of both worlds, but this is a city and a campus where you'll get the college experience, but you'll also get a chance to find yourself and figure out what you're looking for in your experience. The second thing that stands out, and hopefully the most important thing for you in this college process, is the academics. I think that we need to fight this narrative that college is the goal. I want to remind you all that college is not the goal. College is the launching pad. The goal is to get to college so you can launch for the rest of your life. If you graduate at 23 and that's the best years of your life and you're all going to live till 100, that's not great for you. So we see it as your education is setting you up to meet all your dreams and hopes and the impact that you want to make on the world around you. So we offer a wide variety of academic programs. You can see the whole list here. I won't read through all of them. I want to focus more on the philosophy. Everyone learns differently. So if you come to the University of San Francisco, our average class is about 22 students. And you're going to find that every class is taught by a professor and they're discussion oriented. So if you're a student who likes to be in conversation, who likes to be seen by your faculty, who likes to ask questions like I do, that's the type of education you're going to get at USF. It's also an education that's rooted in action. So we have an expectation that every single student is going to graduate having done a minimum of 3 internships. Again, this is about being a launching pad. Your education in the classroom gives you the knowledge, and then we want you to put that knowledge into action in your internship experiences across the city and around the world. By the way, if you want to learn more about specific majors, we've got that QR code on the screen. You can scan that to learn more about individual programs. You can use your camera on your phone to do that. So an academic program that is broad, that's liberal arts focused, but is also going to set you up for your future. And incidentally, graduates of USF end up with salaries in the top 3% of all college graduates nationwide. So particularly in the pandemic, we know students are thinking about cost. That's ever more important. The third thing, though, as I go through this last slide, is that we're a Jesuit Catholic university. Obviously, this is the Catholic college fair, but we are one of the 27 Jesuit institutions. You have 2 of us here today in this session. And the Jesuits take a distinct focus on social justice and service. Essentially, the question we ask you as a USF student is, what impact are you going to make on the 95%? And the 95% refers to the 95% of the world that does not have a college degree. Yes, that means that only 5% of the world has a college degree. So beyond our Catholic focus, we're always going to think about how are you using your education to lift up others and to make social change. You see that in our student body. We're the fourth most ethnic diverse campus in the United States. We have no racial majority, students from all 50 states and 98 countries. You're going to be exposed to people and perspectives on this campus you would not have been exposed to otherwise. So as you're looking at Catholic colleges, I encourage you to look at USF and the other Jesuit institutions if you're interested in that social justice service orientation. Last thing I'll talk about is the application. A lot of this you'll be able to read about, but know that we are a selective university. We admit about 65% of the students that apply each year. That should hopefully make you feel good. The majority of students are getting in. We use the common application. We have been test optional since fall 2019 and will continue to be test optional forever. We think that your grades are a better indicator of your success. And in terms of deadlines, that'll be coming up November 1st, an early deadline, January 15th, a regular deadline. There's really no preference for us. It's just about when you are ready in this process. So to summarize, if you're looking for a school in an amazing city that offers you wonderful personal and professional opportunities, if you're looking for an academic experience where you can engage with your faculty and your fellow students and have a conversation and be set up for your future, and if you're looking for an education that does justice, that's focused on making social change and learning to not only lift yourself up, but lift up others, then the University of San Francisco might be a good fit for you. And by the way, right, we're in California, not a bad place. So as I wrap up, my last ask of you is scan that QR code. You can follow us on Insta, lots of pretty pictures of San Francisco and more information. And I'm happy to take your questions in the chat. Thanks so much.
Excellent. Thank you so much, John, for sharing that information. A reminder, use that Q&A, send in those questions that you've got. Stephanie, go ahead and grab screen share. And as Stephanie does, if you wanted to walk from the University of San Francisco to St. Louis University, it's only 678 hours, which is actually just 29 days. So you could very quickly make it from University of San Francisco to St. Louis University. Stephanie, take it away.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Zach. My name is Stephanie Supansky, and I'm an Assistant Director for Admission at St. Louis University, and welcome to all of you tonight. My colleague, Rayanne, is here to answer any of your questions, so please do take advantage of the question and answer here in the chat. St. Louis University is a medium-sized Catholic Jesuit school. We have a total enrollment just over 12,000, undergraduates just over 8,000. We are ranked as one of the top 50 Catholic schools, and we have two campuses. So we have a campus in St. Louis, Missouri, as well as one in Madrid, Spain. So you can actually go to either campus for all 4 years. We are actually the second oldest Jesuit school, as my colleague John just mentioned before. There were two Jesuit schools in here. We are the second oldest Jesuit school, and we were founded in 1818, and we were actually the first university west of the Mississippi. So we are home to many, many firsts here at St. Louis University. In addition, we do have a campus that is located in the center of St. Louis, but we have a very traditional feel. So when you're on campus, it's very green, very beautiful, but you are located in the heart of the city of St. Louis. So what does it mean to be Jesuit? As my fellow colleague mentioned, the Jesuits are a Catholic order of priests, but it means about a philosophy of education, educating the whole person, mind, body, and spirit, being a person for others, academic excellence, and social justice. And so that goes through all of our aspects of the institution, from the way Dr. Costello runs it, down to the way that we review your application. Now, by no means do you have to be Catholic to come to St. Louis University or any of the Catholic institutions on this presentation tonight. But St. Louis University is considered a home to all faiths, and they really want you to continue on in that faith tradition for you. Our faculty and staff, there are 27 Jesuit schools throughout the country, and our faculty and staff, the way we live out that Jesuit mission is through being men and women for and with others. So last year, we contributed, our faculty, staff, and students contributed over 1.98 million hours of community service, and we were ranked #2 in the country for community service and engagement. And I think that's just so important because it's not just our students giving back, but it's also our faculty and staff. So it really gives you an idea of who we are as a campus community. Going on to our academic areas of interest. So we have 11 colleges and nearly 90 different undergraduate programs to study. All of them are direct entry. So if you wanted aerospace engineering, flight science, anything like that, you could go directly into that major. We also, a lot of times we get asked, what are your most popular majors? I would say our 6-year doctorate of physical therapy, biology, accounting, business, aerospace engineering, communication, nursing, flight science, psychology. There are 3 programs that I always like to mention because they are what we call direct entry only. That means that you do have to apply by December 1st of your senior year for that program. That is our Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, our 6-year Doctorate of Physical Therapy, and our 5-year Master's of Occupational Therapy. So if that is all an interest for you, we encourage you to apply as that major. You can always transfer out, you just can't transfer in. One of the other great things about St. Louis University is really the hands-on experience. So we are a Division I doctoral extensive high research activity institution by Carnegie Mellon, which means Division I, we're the only Division I school in St. Louis. Doctoral extensive, meaning you can start as an undergrad, go all the way through to your doctorate, but the high research activity is what's really unique. So no matter what major you are, our faculty are required to do research, and you as an undergraduate have the opportunity to do research with them. So you could be a communication major, an engineering major, a psychology major, and you have hands-on experience opportunities here at the university. With those hands-on experiences, we have been in person, and our students have been very active in COVID research on our campus, and our faculty, staff, and students have actually done research with the Moderna vaccine. Moving on to student involvement, we are, as I mentioned, Division I. So we have 18 different Division I sports. We are the only Division I team in the St. Louis area. We have about 30 club sports and about 50 intramural programs. In addition, we have over 150 student organizations on campus that absolutely run the gamut. So anything that you're involved in, you can absolutely continue being involved in. We do have 7 fraternities, 7 sororities, and 10 multicultural fraternities on campus, and about 20% of our students do participate in them. As I mentioned earlier, we do have our own campus in Madrid, Spain, so you can go there for all 4 years. We were the first American university that was fully set up in Europe, and so you can actually, no matter what major, engineering, nursing, physical therapy, you can study abroad at our Madrid campus. We do have 45 other SLU approved programs that you can study abroad, so we do encourage you to take advantage of that. So how do you become a Billiken? You can apply via the Common App or the SLU application. Both of them are absolutely free. We'd just love to see you apply. So you'll go ahead and submit that application and essay, and then your official transcript. St. Louis is currently in a 3-year trial for our test optional period. So you as the student have the option to determine if you'd like to submit those test scores or not. Your application for admission is your application for scholarship, and we are awarding scholarship to students that submit test scores or not. So that does not impact your scholarship whatsoever. So if you are an international student, we do still need that English proficiency, and there's many different ways that you can submit that. In addition, we have those recommended items, so those certainly aren't required, but we would encourage students to submit their application by December 1st, as that is our priority deadline, as well as the deadline for a majority of our competitive programs. In addition, we have scholarships from $8,000 to $25,000. My colleague will go ahead and drop a link in the chat just about our tours. Our tours are in person. You can do virtual tours as well, but we have a lot of different options on our website. So you can just visit slu.edu/visit us, and there's a ton of options for you to take advantage of. Please also feel free to contact your admission counselor, and we'll go ahead and put that link in the chat as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Stephanie, for sharing that information on St. Louis University. That's great information. If you were a bicyclist like myself, this bike ride is going to take you 86 hours to get from St. Louis University to our final institution tonight, Holy Family University. Holy Family, go ahead and grab screen share and prepare for your presentation. And as they do, a reminder to send in your questions via that Q&A, and our reps are there and ready to answer any questions. So go ahead and take it away.
Sorry. Hi, everyone. My name is Leanne Garcia. I am an admissions counselor over at Holy Family University. A little bit of fun fact about me. I actually am also a alumni from Holy Family for both my undergrad degree and also my graduate degree. Okay, so a little bit about Holy Family. So we are a small university in Philadelphia. We actually kind of are in the middle of Bensalem and Philadelphia. We like to say that Holy Family is its own little town, because once you hit the campus and are inside of campus, you can't really hear the outside noise. We're close enough to the city where if you wanted to hop on a bus, or if you had a friend who has a car or anything and you wanted to go into the city, you can. But if you don't really like the city and just like the quiet, we also have that atmosphere as well. We have 4 schools of study. So our School of Business, our School of Education, our School of Nursing and Allied Health, and then our School of, wow, why am I blanking? And our School of Arts and Sciences. My partner is right next to me, who also graduated from Holy Family. So our student to faculty ratio is actually 12-1. We do have around 2,500 to 3,000 students, undergrad students currently at Holy Family, and around 400 to 500 graduate students. So we are a very small campus. Our average class size is around 16. That really depends on the major. Majors like nursing or education, you are going to see that smaller class size because those are our most popular majors and then also our most intense majors. So for that, we really want to make sure that students have that one-on-one with the professor. We do have one-on-one faculty advising. So freshmen will receive a academic advisor in the freshman year. And then after that, they will receive an advisor in their actual major. And they're the ones who will follow them for the rest of their time there. So it's nice to have that personal, sometimes it's even your professor. So it's nice to have that personal one-on-one environment with your advisor. Real world experiences. So for our students in our Center of Career Development, we actually start following our students from their freshman year with their freshman orientation and freshman experience class. So with that class, they actually get to have the faculty as their professor. And what they'll do is they'll start the whole resume building experience. And then also after that, they actually start career planning. So this is a great opportunity for students to also, if let's say they go into nursing and then decide, this might not be the best fit for me, that department is actually going to be able to help them map out and experience different courses so that they can have a better idea of what they want to do moving forward. So student life. So we have a little over 35 registered student organizations on campus. We do also have some club sports that include lacrosse, baseball, female soccer, and if I'm not mistaken, there was one more and it's escaping my mind, but we are also a Division II school in some female and male sports that include basketball. We do have female softball and soccer for males, and then track and field for girls and boys. So in regards to our student organizations, just off the top, just a few of them, we do have our student government, which is one of our most popular. Our second most popular major is actually Habitat for Humanity. So here at Holy Family, we do very much like to focus on our students having the opportunity to do service. Our Habitat, unfortunately, this year it looks a little bit different, and last year it did look a little bit different. What happens is every year a group of students will decide to join. It is open for all students to join. They fundraise throughout the whole year, and then for the week of spring break, instead of staying home, students decide to go to a different state in the country. We have not gone out of the country just yet, but they decide to go to a different state, and then they spend the week together, either building a home from the ground up, renovating a home, or working in a different community. I actually did this my junior year, and it's an experience I recommend to all students. So for our application, it's actually pretty simple. So what we need for our freshman application is just obviously a completed application. We are on the Common App currently, and then also on our website. We are a rolling admission school, so we don't necessarily have a cutoff date as to when you have to submit your application. We just, second week of the semester starting is when we cut off ad drop, which is usually when we can cut off students getting accepted and starting. We need an official transcript from your high school. Now, for transfer students, if you decide you want to start at a community college, we do have a great relationship with the local community colleges that include CCP, Delaware County, Montgomery County. So if that's something that you're interested in, that's totally okay as well. Just keep in mind, some of the requirements are a little bit different. Test scores. So we do require test scores, but obviously for this upcoming year, it was optional. We are not sure if that is going to continue into the 2022 year, but once we know, you'll know. And then letters of recommendation and personal statements essays are also optional for students. We still recommend it, especially with this past year. We've seen students, unfortunately, show grades that kind of go up and down. So we like to see that information just so we can get a better idea of you as a student, because it's one thing to judge you off of numbers, and then it's another thing to be able to judge you off of character and everything. So financial aid, 100% of our students receive some type of financial assistance. Our tuition and fees, you're looking at about $31,000. Again, this will fluctuate, depending on the major and depending on how many classes are taken. Room and board, you're looking at about $13,000. Again, depending on your meal plan, type of room. And some important things, FAFSA does open on October 1st. I always recommend that students, as some of the colleges on here have mentioned, please fill out FAFSA. I always tell my students it's kind of like a room full of balloons, and you don't want to be the last little kid to go grab a balloon in the room. We are one of the lowest net cost private universities in the city of Philadelphia, and we take that very seriously. If a student has an issue with financial aid or anything, you can always contact our financial aid office and we can see what can work. And we do offer merit scholarships. So our merit scholarships are,
Sorry, we'll have to wrap up just the 6-minute presentation. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So thank you so much for sharing that information. I do want to invite all of my panelists back on for just a final brief minute here to review some things on your institutions. So as we wrap things up for today, students, you are still welcome to send in your questions through the Q&A. Representatives, please send out your contact information through the chat to all of the students here as well. And we'll do just a very quick round robin. We'll go in the same order. So Tyler, you're going to start. What is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
Yes, thank you. So my favorite tradition on campus is something called Spring Fest. It's a student activity day where students all participate on the Great Lawn on our campus right outside our gym. It's kind of like a student activities fair that's mixed with different performances. We have a variety of different food as well. We usually get a performer to come. I know in years past we've had like big acts such as Wale. And it's a great, it's a really great event. It really shows the school's school spirit. It really enhances that feeling of community around the campus. And it's, spring is a great time of year up in New York. Snow is pretty much done. And we're able to really enjoy some nice weather and everyone's on campus. So yeah, I'd say Spring Fest is my favorite activity at the Mount.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Tyler. Viterbo, favorite tradition on campus?
So mine sounds a little bit similar to Tyler's. Ours is called Courtyard Carney. It is the last day of classes each year in the spring. So when it's finally nice and not snowy, hopefully in Wisconsin. So it's in the middle of our courtyard outside. It's a picnic, outdoor games, big inflatables, just lots of fun stuff to do. The staff, the faculty, everybody is involved. It's a really fun time.
Excellent. Thank you. John, favorite tradition at Stonehill College?
Man, this one's going to sound weird, but it goes a long way back. Skyhawk Bingo is huge. It happens on a regular basis, at least once a month, and it's for huge prizes, TVs, game systems, all kinds of cool stuff. And competition is intense. If you have a tie, it's rock, paper, scissors for the win, and you might walk away with something huge. Love
Sounds
it.
like not your typical grandparents' bingo night. That's awesome. Excellent. John, favorite tradition at University of San Francisco?
I got to go with the San Francisco tradition, Beta Breakers. It's the country's oldest foot race. It runs from the bay to the ocean, 7 miles. Why is it special? Everyone dresses up like Halloween. Last year, I saw a pack of dinosaurs running across the city. It's just like a giant party. Some people seriously run it. Most people are just there to have a good time. And it's an amazing day to celebrate the weirdness of San Francisco.
I love that. Excellent. Stephanie, favorite tradition at St. Louis University?
Absolutely. So every fall we do a Make a Difference Day where our students do various different projects with faculty and staff, and then the alumni coordinate in different cities. So we do it in Chicago and all over the country, which is pretty fun.
Excellent. I love that. And finally, Holy Family University. What's your favorite tradition on campus?
So ours is called Breakfast of Champions. So basically it's during our finals week. And what they do is basically we have the president, who is a nun currently, and all of the sisters of the Order of Holy Family. They'll actually cook breakfast for the students. And it goes from 8 until 2 a.m. So all those students who are up studying, that is by far my favorite tradition.
Excellent. Love me some late night breakfast. That's excellent. Students, thank you so much for joining us for this session. We appreciated your time and your energy and your great questions that you were submitting throughout the session. College representatives, thank you for spending this time and your expertise on your specific institutions and about the college search in general. As you close this window, a very quick 4-question survey will show up, so we do ask for your feedback on today's session. And there's one more hour of sessions that are happening with this NCCAA College Fair, so please visit strivescan.com/NCCAA for the sessions starting in 15 minutes, and we'll see you there. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great night.